I knew a lot of the players, and the older players move on, and it's like Kenny.
Yeah, I know.
That's where we met in that, and that's how your relationship builds.
This city is lucky to have a guy like
They are, yeah.
I mean, he should be running the soccer program for this entire province. I mean, a pedigree like that. I mean, I don't know how Halifax City, because I'm with Halifax County.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how you guys can afford him because
you know what, he's got a great vision.
The academy there, a great vision. The kids love him.
Yeah. We only come across because of Kenny. He's a friend of ours.
You know, people like yourself,
we haven't done any camps for 25, 30 years. Last time we used to do something at Brown, Harvard. Oh, yeah. Yes, we used to do stuff like that a week after a camp. But the only reason that we've done that is because of Kenny. That's coming out.
Well, that's going to be one of my questions.
Do you see okay with the sunglasses on? Or?
Oh yeah, I got mine.
Brett, I'll get you to move
this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right about that.
Ready? Yeah. So Stan, just give us a little bit about your background, your pedigree.
My pedigree in coaching is really, I've been coaching since I broke my leg and contracted tetanus in 1971. So when you can't play anymore, you decide, you know, you still love football. So that's when I actually went to be a coach. Went through and did the various badges, and then went to Newcastle in '85 as Director of Centre of Excellence. Was there 7 years till Mr. Keegan and I didn't see eye to eye on the development of youth players, and out from there in '92 I went to Middlesbrough, where I've been ever since. And fortunately for us, you know, we recruit players from within 30 miles of the stadium, and we've had probably more success than any single club in the country. People attaining first team, England caps, etc. At one time, I think we had England players throughout every England team from 15 to senior level. So you stick on what you believe. My position there is assistant academy manager, and originally I went in there for 8 to 21s, working from everybody from 8 to 21. Then it's gradually been whittled down to now specialised. It was 9 to 16. It's now going 12 to 16. So all the time they're having more specialists, but you still have overall say maybe it's from the 7 and 8 year olds. What do you think the work that they should do?
So Newcastle United, Middlesbrough, and you're here in the beautiful city of Halifax, putting on an international soccer camp with the Halifax City Soccer Club. What brings you to Halifax?
What brought us to Halifax was Kenny Wharton. Both Gary Bennett and myself obviously knew him from play. I knew Kenny from when he brought his son Paul to me when he was 8. I think Paul's about middle 30s now, 36. And Kenny was still in the first team then, and he watched us train, and he said, could he bring his kid and join in? And that's the kind of person that he is. He wanted to know more. And he actually used to come in with the older boys. So at the time were people like Lee Clark, who's now manager of Huddersfield, Steve Watson, we had Paul Gascoigne used to come in to train, some of the first team players. And Kenny, all that from that day on, trained with us every week with his son. As Paul grew up and got to 15 and 16, he continued to train with us, even in close season. So we became friends, and he actually said he learned more in the academy than he had done as a player moving into the first team. So that's why he continued to stay. That's the reason that Gary and I are here. We are here because of Kenny Wharton. He asked us to come here, and it's trying to spread the word of what we believe in to help him in trying to help Halifax become a better club.
So what are some of the skills that you're teaching the kids in this camp?
Well, it's like at home. We have always have 10 core skills in dribbling. We have the passing and we have vision. They are what we concentrate on in the 2 weeks. Of course, you want people to tackle, but the real, you would hope that the focus from within the player himself is to be competitive, to have passion, to have drive, to have commitment. And sometimes, because the children here play too many sports, they don't isolate one that they're good at and move on. My preference, it's difficult for us coming from England where you handpick quality players and then they're doing 8, 10, 12 hours a week. Here, I don't know how many weeks a good player would do, but really, if God's given you the talent to be a soccer player, I think you've got to work at it to go as far as you can with it. I don't see how you can do 5 hours of a soccer camp and then go on immediately in 90 degrees, then go on two hours of volleyball or 2 hours of horse riding. You know, I mean, I find that incredible. I think they should chill out until the next day.
Are you surprised, or what do you think of the skill level of the players that you're teaching here today?
I think from a male and female point of view, the females, the girls want to learn more than the boys. Sometimes the boys think that they're there. The girls will take everything in and generally really focus and try the hardest. But you go back to skill again. I went to a lady about 25 years ago at Newcastle University, and I asked her what proportion of influence does the coach have as opposed to the player. She said 85% is natural ability. Whatever you can then put into them in terms of game learning, then they'll move on it and go on to be good players. But 85% of natural ability, natural spatial awareness, a good feel for the ball. Even when you drive a car, you know you have feel and touch. So generally, good soccer players are good golfers, good tennis players, because they're great coordination.
I mean, you've touched on this, but what does Canada have to do to grow the sport of soccer in this country?
I think Canada has to let people like Kenny Wharton have a say. I think, unfortunate as it is, money rules the Canadian youth soccer program. Somewhere along the line, I think players should be picked and they shouldn't be charged, the elite soccer players, and they should be taken on a program on their own and move on at that pace. Give a commitment that that's going to be their sport, so whether they train for 6 or 8 hours or 10 hours a week at different levels, that's what they're going to do. And that's what they do in other countries, and I think Canada has enough athletes like America to be able to do that. But you have to take the cost element out of it. Everything is cost. Take elite players out, fund your coaches through programs, through national programs, and then let the players develop and see. Give it a go and see if it works. From the age of 8 and upwards. And then they will, in 5 or 6 years' time, you'll see an enormous improvement, both for the male and female game.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, Brett.
Yeah, thank
You want
you.
to get him to, you want to get him to do a quick
Yeah, could you
promo?
just do a promo for us?
Yeah.
Okay. And
This one here, you'll look right at the lens.
Yeah,
that
I'm
way.
Stan Nixon from Middlesbrough Football Club,
Yeah.
and you're watching Eastlink TV.
Just tell you. I'm Stan Nixon, Assistant Academy Manager at Middlesbrough Football Club here, and you're watching Eastlink TV.
Okay, one more time.